Well, it's the start of the international break, and what a way to sign off as we beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. In today's video, we'll discuss all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. That includes a shock twist that's left Liverpool fans ecstatic. But first, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool content. This is the month that sees action ramp up for Liverpool as they compete in 3 different competitions, with the Champions League returning for the first time since March 2023. 6 games away Arnie's slot in September, a month that will also have him crossing his fingers that all internationals return from the break fit and healthy. There are 12 points up for grabs in the Premier League, Champions League action returns, and progression in the League Cup is on the agenda too. It makes for quite the month. Here's some of the key dates to get into your diary. September 14th, Nottingham Forest at home. On return from the international break, Liverpool play their first game in the 3 PM slot. We're surprised TNT Sport didn't serve us up another 12:30 PM start just because they could. It's as nice as a fixture you could hope for a settle back into the rhythm of club football, though you cannot underestimate anyone in this league. September the 17th, AC Milan away. Days later, the Reds' Champions League campaign starts at the San Siro, with AC Milan the opposition for Slot's first taste of European action as Liverpool boss. The Italian club qualified by finishing second in the Serie A last season, and this will be the 5th time the two teams have met. The ledger is a 3-1 in the Reds' favour, not a bad location for our return to the competition. September 21st, Bournemouth at home. For the second weekend in succession, it's a traditional Saturday kickoff time for the Reds on home turf. That's quite rare these days. The Cherries lost Dominic Solanke, their top goal scorer from last season, to Tottenham Hotspur in the summer, but a £65 million fee was reinvested as the Cherries signed 9 players. Bournemouth have never won at Anfield. September 24-25, West Ham at home. Liverpool's defence of their League Cup crown is next on the agenda, and the draw served up another Premier League side in the 3rd round. West Ham are the visitors for the second season run in this competition, and it will give us a good indication of how Slot will treat club competitions in this debut season. The exact date has yet to be confirmed at the time of recording, but it will be in the midweek of September 24-25. September 28th, Wolves away. Closing out a busy finish to the month is a trip to Molineux, and this time is a 5:30 PM kickoff. They've really given Slot a taste of all the possible start times early on. Former Reds Academy coach Gary O'Neill remains in charge and has overseen a tough start to the season, with 2 back-to-back defeats against Arsenal and Chelsea. In the last 8 visits dating back to 2018, Liverpool won 6 and lost 2, so yes, a busy September. In a shock twist that will leave Liverpool fans ecstatic, Mo Salah has put the pressure on Liverpool to approach him over a new contract, with reliable reports now claiming the Egyptian's preference would be to stay. Salah stoked the flames after a stellar performance in the 3-0 win over Manchester United, when he revealed that nobody in the club talked to me yet about contracts. This is despite the 32-year-old entering the final year of his deal, with his current acceptance being that it is his last year in the club, and that was potentially his last trip to Old Trafford. His claim that Liverpool were yet to even broach the subject of an extension has alarmed supporters, as despite his age, Salah remains one of the most important and best performing players at the club. It had been suggested that it was the Egyptian himself who had stalled negotiations, with a proposed move to Saudi Arabia on the horizon. But Sky Sports' Melissa Reddy has now reported his preference would be to remain with the Anfield side. Salah has not considered any other clubs yet, but he feels he still has years left at the highest level, Reddy explained. He wants to be competing for the biggest prizes, and so interest from Saudi Arabia would be not enticing at present. That Salah noted that Sunday may have only been his last visit to Manchester United as a Liverpool player, and he could yet return with another club. There is clearly no desire for him to move on. However, Reddy added that Salah's position has been that Liverpool need to start a dialogue over fresh terms, as it is not his job to push for it. It is argued that Liverpool's inactivity seems to suggest they are comfortable letting him leave on a free, though given the same situation has played out with Trent Alexander-Arnold, much more valuable of an asset at 25 years old, that may not be the case. Transfers over contract talks to begin. The hope is that the club, who have undergone a major reshuffle in the boardroom this year, had simply parked contract talks while sporting director Richard Hughes focused on the transfer window. With deadline day now past, talks should take place with the representatives of Salah, Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk as a priority. And whilst both Salah and Van Dijk are now in their 30s and will see their resale value depreciate, Sunderland only further underline the ongoing importance of Liverpool's success. By his own admission, Allison will still love Jurgen Klopp for the rest of his life, but the Liverpool goalkeeper is clearly a huge fan of his successor Arnie Slot. Allison was one of the most important players of the Klopp era and enjoyed a strong bond with the legendary manager, so much so that his departure sparked rumours of an exit. But with the Brazilian having pledged his commitment to Liverpool after turning down a move to Saudi Arabia, the focus has returned to his performances on the pitch. So far, so good, with Allison the only goalkeeper in the Premier League yet to concede, with a tally of 3 clean sheets from 3 games. Speaking after Sunday's 3-0 win at Manchester United, the 31-year-old was asked to sum up Slott's early impact despite his affinity to Klopp. "You are right, I love Klopp. I will still love him for the rest of my life. He knows that," Allison said. As for Slott's start, I think the determination, of course, the quality of the manager, the way he works, the things that he demands of the team. But the answer we are given on the pitch has been so good, like the effort of all the players and everybody. Lucho, all the strikers, they are working their socks off to help us defend. It's a 3rd clean sheet in a row, and that's not only because we are saving the goals at the back, but because they are working so hard, the team is working so hard. That's our main focus now, and this is the mentality that the manager wants us to have, so that's really important. So much is their excitement at working under Slot that Allison ended his shared interview with Luis Diaz by explaining, "We have to go to the manager, we want to speak now." The goalkeeper is often a man of few words, but when he speaks it resonates, which is what has made him a crucial part of Liverpool's leadership group. His praise for Slot should not be taken lightly then, with the Dutchman clearly having made a strong impression on the number 1 and the rest of the squad. Allison will now leave Merseyside to join the Brazil national team as one of the 20 senior players called up for the September international break. Lastly, Liverpool finally completed the signing of 16-year-old midfielder Alvin Aman from Wolves, following a lengthy process to ratify his transfer. The Reds' deal to bring Aman to the AXA training centre was first reported in mid-June, with an agreement struck with Wolves later that month. But given his status as a youth player, signing on an initial scholarship deal until he is able to pen professional terms when he is 17, the transfer is required to go through a 5-step review. That process typically takes around 4 weeks to complete, but Aman's switch to Liverpool was only confirmed on Saturday. The versatile teenager who can play at centre-back but has shown form as a box-to-box midfielder announced his move on Instagram. "New beginnings at Liverpool," Aman wrote. "Would like to say a huge thank you to all the staff at Wolves for helping me develop over the last 2 years." His move from Wolves is believed to be worth a fee of between £1.5 to £2 million, and it has been claimed that Liverpool have already offered a 5-year contract when he is eligible. Liverpool fans, what are your thoughts on Salah and the month of September so far? Let me know in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool content. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.